Good afternoon, my name is SPC Hernandez and this is the CIT video. Today the training is gonna be on how to identify terrain features on a map. Alright soldiers, so the task for today is to identify terrain features on the map in accordance with 071-Charlie Oscar Mike-1001. So, the conditions of this training. You are part of a team or squad that has received an order from higher to identify 10 terrain features on a 1 to 50,000 scale map with 9 individual sections of grid square located locate the terrain features. You will have a 1 to 50,000 scale map and a pencil. So the standard is gonna be to identify all 9 sections of grid squares on the map with each individual square labeled with what terrain feature is in the square and identify the terrain by circling it. So the risk assessment, the overall risk assessment is low, but telling you that guys, we gonna be aware of the weather, the wildlife, and the uneven terrain. So to mitigate that, for the weather, it's supposed to be a hot day. To my left, your right, we have a water point, so you can refill your water source, or if you didn't bring water, you can have some. For the wildlife, please do not mess with the wildlife. The wildlife is not gonna harm you if you don't harm them. For the uneven terrain, I already mitigate that, scanning the area, the training area, before you guys came to the training site. So where you guys stand is an uneven terrain and good to train. Saying that, remember guys, is the responsibility of all DoD personnel to preserve and protect the environment. Let's do a quick accountability. We got our ACH, we got our iPros, we got our gloves, we got our flicks. You guys have your maps and pencils. And that, let's train. Before I show you how to identify the terrains, I'm gonna tell you what are the terrains. So we got 10 terrains, right? We got 5 major, 3 minors, and 2 supplementary terrains. So the majors are gonna be hill, saddle, valley, ridge, and depression. So a hill is a point or small area of high ground. When you are on a hilltop, the ground slopes down in all directions. A ridge is a line of high ground with high variations along its crest. The ridge is not simply a line of hills. All points of the ridge crest are higher than the ground on both sides of the ridge. A valley is a reasonably level ground bordered on the sides by higher ground. A valley may or may not contain a stream course. A valley generally has maneuver room within its confines. Contour lines indicating a valley are U-shaped and tend to parallel a stream before crossing it. The course of the corner line crossing the stream always point upstream. Let's do the saddle. Saddle is a deep or low point along the crest of a ridge. A saddle is not necessarily the lower ground between 2 hilltops. It may be a break along an otherwise level ridge crest. Depression. a low point or a hole in the ground, surrounded on all sides by higher ground. Alright guys, we know what is the 5 major terrain features. Let's do the 3 minor terrain features. So we got the draw, spur, and cliff. Let's do the draw. It's similar to valley, except it's less developed. Stream course in which there is generally no level ground and therefore little or no maneuver room. The ground slopes upward on each side and toward the head of the draw. Spur, actually a short continuously sloping line on higher ground, normally jutting out from the side of a ridge. A spur is often formed by 2 thoroughly parallel streams cutting draw down the side of a ridge. Let's do the cliff. A vertical or near vertical slope. A cliff may be shown on the map by contour lines being close together, touching, or by ticked carrying contour line. The ticks always point toward the lower ground. Now the supplementary terrains, that is the cut and fill. Those 2 are man-made, soldiers. Now that we know what are the terrain features, let's train on them. I'm gonna give you a demonstration on how I want you guys to do the training and the assessment. Alright soldiers, I want you guys to have the training like this. I'm gonna pass it out so you can look at it closer and more detail. Now I'm gonna give you some time. I'm gonna give you 10 minutes to train. 10 minutes has elapsed. Please hand your papers to your right. Thank you. If you got by now, if you have any questions or concerns of the training, please come tell me so I can direct you the way that we want this training to go. Now that you guys are feeling quite good on identifying terrain features, let's do the assessment. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to do so. Here you're gonna have some reference on the terrain features. You can use this on the assessment. 5 minutes has lapsed. Alright soldiers, I'm gonna grade them real quick and check if you guys are good. Right, looks good. You guys did very good. Everybody wants to go. Now let's do a quick AAR on this training. So what was supposed to happen? We're supposed to train on how to identify terrain features. What happened? Exactly that. Good job. Now give me some improve and some sustainments. Some improve. Say not better location. Okay, not a sandy area. Okay. Let me get that. Not a sandy area. Any more improved? No, some sustainment please. Leave the reference for the assessment. Okay. Another sustainment, your water point. Okay. So the conclusion, we're supposed to train on how to identify terrain features. We did the task. We trained. We meet the standards. You guys gave me. We did a quick AAR. You gave me your sustains and improvements. You guys right now are dismissed. No, before that, let's do a police call real quick. So please, let's do it. I appreciate it. So now that we did the police call, let's close the training area. Please pass the maps and the pencils to your right. The last person, please come here and give me the everybody's stuff. All right, now soldiers, you guys are dismissed from this training. I'm gonna report this to higher and let you guys take credit for this training. This is Specialist Hernandez, Staff Sergeant McClellan. 3 soldiers were trained, 3 soldiers were a go. I'm gonna put those. I'm gonna record this on a 5164-R for them to have credits on, and this concludes my training.